Happy horror days, everybody. It's Danny
And Charlotte
from the Lassercast, and we just finished watching A Christmas Horror Story, an awesome anthology horror film that is streaming now on Shudder. You are a big fan of Trick or Treat, which is a Halloween anthology. So I guess I would consider this to kind of be like the Trick or Treat of Christmas movies.
It's exactly like Trick or Treat, just Christmas.
Okay. So for those of you who haven't seen this, I really recommend checking out. Also, let's not give away the spoiler ending, kind of.
We can leave that for the
end. We're just gonna describe and discuss the main stories that overarch throughout.
I believe there's 4.
There's 4 main stories that are all happening simultaneously and are all sort of interconnected. It all deals with the town of Bailey Downs, which is actually the name of the town from one of my favorite werewolf movies. Oh my God! Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps.
Yeah. Charlotte was gonna watch it when it was on Joe Bob, but she has a little thing with werewolf movies, and also
I used to.
Yes, you used to. Yes, that's a good point.
Now it's
the movie is centered around a radio DJ named Dangerous Dan, which used to be my backyard wrestling name, and I told Charlotte that that's William Shatner who guest stars in this movie, and William Shatner
created this bad boy.
Yep, blew her mind a little bit by showing her pictures of Shatner in the 70s in Star Trek, and then how his face became the mask.
When it goes like this, then you can see it.
Basically, Dangerous Dan is trying to get people into the Christmas spirit, playing Christmas music on the radio while his angry weatherman storms off, Storm and Norman, and he's left to basically just every once in a while come on and give you some Christmas cheer. The horror anthology stories, there is a Santa Claus.
Yes, there's Santa Claus.
Who is played excellently by George Buza.
I looked at him and was like, that's Santa.
So you really didn't like...
I liked him because he was pretty bad, but I just didn't expect that as Santa. Like, we've had... I forgot his name from the Christmas Chronicles.
Oh, Kurt Russell. Yeah. Well, he's...
And we've had the real Santa who looks old and happy, and this one's just like...
So what I like about George Buza's performance in this is that as Santa Claus, this is the first time where I've ever felt Santa Claus looked like a kind of a real guy. He looks like Santa Claus, but he also looks like he could just be a normal guy. He's got like a goatee with the long white hair instead of the puffy white hair and the big giant beard, which I thought was a really cool twist. And he's just kick-ass. The story involving Santa Claus is something's going on with the elves, and effectively they become zombie elves, which leads to an amazing, gory Santa versus the elves sequence that is scattered throughout the movie. You want to talk about some of the kills and some of the bloodshed we see?
Here's Shiny.
Yeah, Shiny's the name of one of the elves. What happens to the elves?
More Shining references.
Maybe. What happens to the elves?
The elves turn into zombies.
No, I mean, what happens to them when Santa gets his hands on them?
Oh, yeah, he just just swings his axe.
Yeah, he's got his big Santa staff, and he's just going to town. He's chopping heads off. He's using all of these weapons, just to fight them off. It is brutal. I mean, this movie was not made on a huge budget. I don't think it had a theatrical release. I found this a long time ago, I think on Netflix when it originally came out, and I was really just intrigued by the box art, the poster for it, which was Santa fighting a really cool looking Krampus. Speaking of Krampus, one of our other stories involves a family of 4, mom, dad, older sister, younger brother.
I was just about to say, while you were talking about how you found this movie, I found it by TikTok.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, the song of TikTok, It's Christmas Eve, is on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
people, do makeup designs.
All right. Well, TikTok is the it thing.
The it thing.
This family of 4, they go to surprise an older relative who has a Krampus statue in her house. And on their way home, they are run off the road by some kind of an unseen figure.
Goat.
Turns out to be the horned demon of Christmas, Krampus. An awesome makeup effects.
I said human goat.
In the opening credits, it says that the creature effects were done by Form and Dynamics, and they do a hell of a job on Krampus. He looks awesome in this movie.
Sure.
2 other stories. One of them involves, and these 2 stories are kind of linked because they both involve that incident in the school.
Yes, they do. So one is this nice couple and their son, but the dad is actually the cop that went in to find the incident of, what were the 2 people's names?
A year ago, Dangerous Dan brings this up on his radio show, that a year ago there was this awful tragedy at the high school where 2 kids were killed in almost satanic cult-like fashion. And we see through police footage that this guy, Scott, he's one of the police officers. One of the stories involves 3 high school teenagers that decide they're going to break into the high school a year later and kind of tell the story of what happened, all this creepy, cult stuff, and some weird stuff goes on in the school with them. The cop, Scott, you want to tell the story with the...
So it's kind of confusing and it's hard to describe, but Scott is, a year later, is the dad of this little boy named Will, and he pretty much forgets the whole incident and has a nice time with Will. And his wife, I forgot, does she?
Yeah, so they go to pick out a new Christmas tree, and they kind of enter this forbidden area of the woods. They take down a Christmas tree, and what happens to Will?
He gets lost, like you would probably do in the woods, and then goes into this little hole in a tree. It's not really little, but goes into a hole in a tree and then never comes back.
Well, Will comes out of the tree, but it's very obvious that there's something wrong. He's not talking anymore.
He's eating like an animal.
He's acting all sorts of crazy.
The
dad knows right away something is terribly wrong, but because he's acting in a violent way towards a young kid, the mom is very defensive, takes the kid's side, and meanwhile, probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
What you did not see the movie Us yet, but
that was a girl from Us. I knew it.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not?
No.
She looks just like her.
But what I was gonna say is the movie Us features this type of, the tethered, and what happens to Will is, he's replaced by this kind of an evil version where you find out what he really is later on. But there's definitely an Us characteristic to this segment. And this movie came out in 2015, which was at least 2 or 3 years, probably 3 or 4 years before Us came out. Because I believe Get Out was 2017, so Us was probably 2019. And you could correct me if I'm wrong about that in the comments. But this movie definitely came out before Us, and I totally got Us vibes. But you have these 4 stories, and they are... You want to talk about the jump scares? Because you were bouncing off the couch.
Okay, though the elf jump scare. when he was in the loudspeaker, I was like, yeah, I was like, yeah. But seriously, there's just the story about the 3 kids going into the abandoned school. They were looking in this weird room, and all of a sudden, mannequin.
Yeah.
But then I saw something else. I'm not sure if it was something or just another mannequin.
Yeah. That scene also, the movies that affect Charlotte the most are typically demon possession style movies. The Conjuring, Insidious, The Exorcist. That scene has a lot of like kind of satanic possession, cult like stuff involved, and a lot of the jump scares hit. Like, one thing I will say about this movie is they're not phony jump scares.
No.
It's not like music goes way up and a cat jumps out and you're just like, no. Every jump scare in this movie is a legit jump scare where something legitimately scary happens, and it worked because I've seen this movie. This is like the 3rd or 4th time I've seen it.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
You acted like you saw like for the first time.
Well, I wanted you to watch it with me. She was bouncing off the couch, which made it that much more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, the best part about this movie for me, and this is a real underrated, underseen gem. Whenever people go on social media, whenever I see lists of like the best Christmas horror movies, or hey, can you recommend a Christmas horror movie?
Christmas Story. Oh.
Christmas Story.
Sorry, Christmas Horror Story.
Yeah, A Christmas Horror Story. This is one of the first ones I shoot out as a recommendation, because it's always available on streaming. It's there for you right now on Shudder, and it's so good. There is not a weak scene amongst these 4 anthology scenes. Santa versus the elves, the doppelgänger kid in the woods. You have the 3 kids with the cult ritual in the school.
And Scott, wife, and...
I mentioned the doppelganger kid. I'm missing... Oh, God. What's the...
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah.
The doppelganger kid.
Yeah. All the stories here are great. And the family has to deal with Krampus.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. All 4 stories are legitimately good. They either are legitimately scary or have great creature and gore effects. And I paused the movie for you. You were like, I think I'm getting a little tired. And when I said there was only 20 minutes left, you said, wow, I didn't realize this movie was over so quick. It's going by very fast. So I can't recommend this movie enough. I know that not enough people have seen it. And you seem to really like it. Yeah. Which means it's probably time for you to see Krampus, because you've never seen Krampus. See, Krampus is a movie that when it came out, I liked it, but I didn't love it. And everybody seemed to love it. And
is Krampus a sequel to this?
No, it's its own movie. But when I saw Krampus, my first thought was, it's good, but it's not as good as A Christmas Horror Story. And I can't stress it enough. This movie is well worth checking out. One of my favorite Christmas horror movies is A Christmas Horror Story. Do you have any last thoughts on this movie? You recommend it? Watch it.
Yo, love everything.
Yeah. Plus, we get an awesome Santa versus Krampus fight.
Oh, yeah, at the very end.
There is a spoiler, like really cool kind of ending to it.
Just go watch it.
But yes, go watch it. Pete and I just went up today. Pete and I are covering for the holy time of the year. We're covering the unholy holidays, the unholy Trinity. Our video about Rosemary's Baby just went up on the channel. Yesterday, we recorded a probably 40-minute plus video where we talk about The Exorcist. And next week, right around Christmas time, we will be talking about the son of Satan himself, Damien, in The Omen. Charlotte will come back here and watch it with us. And we'll be talking about that. If you want to watch another cool holiday-themed horror film that is streaming now on Shudder, We have a review up of the foreign film, The Advent Calendar. Super cool horror film. One of my favorite ones of 2021. You can check out our review on the channel.
You should watch that foreign Christmas movie we watched last year.
Oh, Deadly Games, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Dial Code Santa Claus. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
If you haven't, give us a subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. We'll get back to you. And that's it. Go watch A Christmas Horror Story. This has been Danny.
And Charlotte.
And we will see you very soon.
Merry Christmas.
Happy horror days.